What is the difference between a domestic LLC and a foreign LLC? When do you need to register as a foreign LLC? And what happens if you don't? These are the questions we're answering in today's video on understanding foreign LLCs. So if you're thinking about expanding your business to other states, you'll want to stick around. Now, did you know that a surprising number of businesses face legal troubles because they don't properly register their LLCs in other states? It's a big deal, and that's why we're talking about foreign LLCs today. These are crucial for businesses operating in multiple states. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to protect your business when you're expanding to new states. And I'll show you the easiest way to get it done. We'll cover the registration process and what happens if you don't register, and some key exceptions you need to know about. And to help you get started, I've put together a free LLC guide that you can download now at llcblueprint.com/free guide. Plus, if you're ready to set up your LLC, I highly recommend Northwest Registered Agents. They'll handle everything for you for just $39. For your convenience, I put all the links down in the description of this video, so go ahead and check them out. And before we move on, please know that I earn a small commission if you choose to shop through my links. This doesn't cost you anything extra, and it helps me support my channel. And with that in mind, let's get started. All right, so let's talk about foreign LLCs. No, we're not talking about businesses from other countries. It's actually much closer to home, and it might affect your business more than you think. So, ready to find out how? Now, when you hear foreign LLC, you might picture a company based in another country. But in the business world, it's got a different meaning. A foreign LLC is simply a company that's doing business in a state other than where it was formed. Just like being a visitor in another state, you're still you, but you've got to follow their rules. Now, you might be wondering, when does my LLC become a foreign entity? Well, it's not as complicated as it sounds. If you're opening an office in another state, hiring employees there, or having any kind of physical presence, you're probably operating as a foreign LLC. It's not just about having a building though. Even regularly conducting business or entering into contracts in another state can qualify. But here's the thing, not every out-of-state activity means you need to register as a foreign LLC. There are some exceptions. For example, if you're just holding internal meetings of managers or members in another state, that's usually okay. Same goes for maintaining bank accounts or conducting occasional transactions without a physical presence. It's kind of like visiting another state as a tourist. You don't need to register as a resident just to spend a week there. Let me give you an example to make this clear. Imagine you run an online store from your home state of California. You ship products all over the country, but you don't have any physical presence in other states. In this case, you're probably not operating as a foreign LLC in those other states. But if you decide to open a warehouse in Texas to handle your Southwest distribution, now all of a sudden you're entering foreign LLC territory in Texas. Understanding when you're operating as a foreign LLC is super important. It's not just about following the rules, it's about protecting your business. If you're operating in another state without proper registration, you could be facing some serious consequences. We're talking fines, penalties, and even losing the right to do business in that state. You might temporarily get away with it, but when you get caught, it's not pretty. But don't worry, registering as a foreign LLC isn't as daunting as it might sound. In fact, in our next section, we're going to break down the process step by step. You'll see it's actually pretty straightforward when you know what you're doing. The key takeaway here is that as your business grows and expands, you need to be aware of how different state laws might apply to you. It's all part of the exciting journey of growing your business. And trust me, understanding these concepts now can save you a lot of future headaches. So, you realize you need to register as a foreign LLC. Feeling overwhelmed? Don't be. With the right approach, you could complete the entire registration process in less time than it takes to watch this video. Let's break it down into simple steps. First up, you need to choose a unique name for your LLC in the new state. This is crucial because your name needs to be distinguishable from other registered entities. It's kind of like picking a username that hasn't been taken yet. If your original name isn't available, don't worry. You might need to file under a fictitious name, but it's not a deal breaker. Next, you'll file an application for authority. This is basically your LLC's way of saying, hey, I'm here and I'm ready to do business. You'll need to provide some essential details like your LLC's name, when it was formed, your principal office address, and some other basic info. Each state has its own application form, but they're all pretty much similar. Alright, so here's where it gets a bit official. You'll need to provide proof of good standing. This is usually a certificate from your home state that basically says, yep, this LLC is legit and operating legally where it was formed. It's similar to a reference letter, but for your business. Now, one of the most important steps is appointing a registered agent. This is a person or service that's responsible for receiving legal documents on behalf of your LLC. It's crucial because it ensures your LLC can be contacted for legal matters. Think of it as your business's official point of contact in the new state. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds like a lot of paperwork. And you're right, it can be. But here's a pro tip. Many businesses use professional services like Northwest registered agents to handle all this. They can make the whole process much simpler and ensure you're complying with all the state requirements. Once you've completed all these steps, you'll receive a certificate of authority. This is your golden ticket, allowing you to legally conduct business in the new state. Suddenly, you're official. But remember, registering is just the beginning. There's some ongoing compliance you need to keep up with. This includes filing annual reports, paying franchise taxes, and keeping your registered agent information up to date. It's like regular maintenance. If you keep up with it, you'll avoid bigger problems down the road. Now, I know all this might sound like a lot, but don't let it discourage you. Expanding your business to new states is exciting. It's a sign of growth and new opportunities. And with the right help, the registration process can be surprisingly smooth. All right, let's talk about what happens if you decide to skip the foreign LLC registration process. You might be surprised to learn that your contracts could still be valid. But here's the twist. There's a catch that could cost you big time in court. You see, when a foreign LLC operates in a state without proper registration, it doesn't automatically void all their contracts or business dealings. That's right, your agreements can still hold up, but don't get too comfortable because there are some serious consequences you need to know about. First off, let's address the main issue, losing the right to sue in that state. Imagine this scenario. You've got a client who owes you a big chunk of change, but because you didn't register your LLC, you can't take them to court to recover what's rightfully yours. Feels like winning a lottery ticket but not being able to claim the prize. Frustrating, right? But here's where it gets interesting. While you can bring a lawsuit, you can still defend yourself if someone sues you. Not ideal, but at least you're not completely defenseless. Now, let's talk money. Operating without proper registration can lead to some hefty monetary penalties. Each state has its own rules, but trust me, these fines can add up quickly. You might get away with it for a while, but when you get caught, it's going to hurt your wallet. Here's a silver lining though. Even if you overlook registration initially, your limited liability protection isn't automatically thrown out the window. This means that as a member or manager of the LLC, your personal assets are still shielded from the company's debts or liabilities. It's having a safety net even if you've made a misstep. But don't let this make you feel too safe. While your contracts remain valid and your limited liability is intact, operating without proper registration is still risky business. So, why take the chance? Remember, compliance isn't a one and done deal. Even after you register, you've got to keep up with annual reports and franchise taxes, just like regular checkups that keep everything running smoothly and help you avoid bigger problems. Now, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds pretty serious. What if I've already been operating in another state without registering? Well, here's the good news. Most issues can be resolved if you address them promptly. The key here is to be proactive. If you realize you should have registered as a foreign LLC, don't panic. Take action. Get your registration in order, pay any necessary fees, and make sure you're up to date on all compliance requirements. It's always better to address these issues head on rather than hoping they'll just go away. Alright, let's wrap this up with some key takeaways. Managing a business across multiple states can be tricky, but staying informed and proactive is crucial. It's not just about following rules. It's about protecting your business and setting yourself up for success. Now, I know all this legal stuff can be overwhelming. That's why I recommend using professional services to handle your LLC formation and compliance. They can save you time, stress, and potentially costly mistakes. Speaking of which, I've got a deal for you guys. If you're ready to form your LLC or register as a foreign LLC, check out Northwest Registered Agents. They're offering their services for just $39 through my link in the description of this video. Trust me, it's worth it for the peace of mind and expert support. Don't wait. Take action now to protect and grow your business the right way. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.